welcome to Unfiltered
I
with
do my
Roxy.
hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Hello, everyone. This is Unfiltered with Roxy, and I am Roxy, Roxana Feenster. And I am so glad to be with you guys today. I had a meeting scheduled and it got canceled. So, guess what? That means I can record the rest of my 48-ish lessons that I've learned at 48. So I just turned 48, July 16th. I'm a Cancer. I'm a summer baby. I love the summer. And since I have an impromptu break, I decided to go ahead and finish the list. And I think I'm going to do everything in this list because instead of me breaking it up, because then I'll get tired, because that's how my flow usually is. My flow is like usually back to back to back. I like to do different things. So just to make it easy, I figure you could just pause it if you want, come back to it later. I already got to to lesson 12. So let's see how far we can get. And I don't think it'll be too long, but if you want, you can go and revisit part 1 and part 2. They're 20-minute videos. This one, I think, will maybe be 30. We'll get through all of them. And I give little examples and explanations of why it's a lesson. And I think a lot of times we can cheat a little bit by learning from other people's lessons. We don't have to learn things the hard way. And I was someone for a very long time who I felt I learned the lessons the hard way. And now I can reflect back and look and say that worked out for my good. I don't expect things to be easy. So therefore I work hard. I make sure that I plan more, and it's usually for my good. So let's dive in. So we were on 12 on my part 2. So I was just looking at my notes here. So I'll stick them here. So from number 12, love your body, all of it. My thick thighs, my soft belly, they've carried me, birthed and danced. And there's no more shame about them being a certain size. Or I know a little bit ago, being last week, I had hurt my elbow, my knee was hurting, all this. And it's like, really, I got to a point where I was like, I'm just grateful for my body. It got me this far. All right. So that's where I left off. Drink your water. Your brain and skin will thank you. No matter what we do, we can't outlive bad nutrition, bad, how we hydrate ourselves. Like there are other ways we can get water, like watermelon, our berries, good fruit. But it's like nothing can replace our water. So make sure you're drinking your water a lot. It will help your skin. It will help your brain to really get rid of the toxins, hydrate it. So drink your water. Do what you got to do. And if you don't know this, I used to be a fitness instructor. I also was a nutrition coach at MetaFast. So I had seen way too often how bad hydration can really affect your workouts. It can affect your mood, and it can affect how your brain is working. So drink your water. All right. Kindness is free, and it's a seed that we can plant, that smile that we give someone. It's what we pick up just because it's for the environment outside. Sometimes you could see trash. Just pick it up just because it's the right thing to do, and it'll help your environment, and it's free. And imagine, we're always teaching people something. And if we can pick up and clean up our neighborhood, our environment, or even in our house, just doing something nice just because, it's like that's an encouragement to somebody to do it for other people, and that, hey, it's just a nice thing to do. So I'm going to pass it forward. And we're in fact changing the world when we do that. So our next one, journal often, capture your lessons, your moments, your growth. I've saved myself one time too many by reading my own thoughts. So one of the things that I will say is I love a notebook, and I just bought a notebook yesterday. And this is it. I don't know if you can see what it says, but it says focus on the good, focus on the good, notes, thoughts, and ideas. And I had to get this. And I also bought another one for my backup one because I love a good notebook. So I bought this one anyways. And I got them from TJ Maxx, and it just makes it easier to make your little notes. So this one is Everyday Notebook. And I love that it's soft and it holds flat, and I have my own little special pen. But a lot of times I've found that I had breakthrough ideas, or I had woke up with a solution to something or an idea for something, or um but yeah, an idea for something, and y'all, it was the best idea, and I had forgot it because I don't know, because that's how my brain works. Which is exactly why I said I want to just do this all in one sitting while I'm thinking about the ideas I'm thinking about. So when I had went to Myrtle Beach maybe a couple of months ago. My husband and I go often, especially off season. I'm in Maryland, love Myrtle Beach. My husband bought us a condo a little bit after my mom died in the middle of COVID, and I just love going there. And I remember I had got inspired when I woke up in the morning. I was so inspired. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best idea ever. And just like that, I can't even remember what the idea was, but it was an idea for a podcast. And I said, oh, well, this idea is so great. I'll never forget it, but I'm going to put it in my journal. And do you know, when I went to do my podcast, I did a whole different podcast. I mean, and it was a good podcast, but when I went back and read through my notes, I was like, oh my gosh, that wasn't even the podcast I was supposed to do. So we have to make sure we're journaling, because we are geniuses. We have the answers in us. We just have to make sure that we're really locking in, we're remembering. And part of that is journaling. When I can be in a meeting, and even though we have Zoom notes, I will meet with my clients once a week, and I get like a written out on this. I'm going to cover my client's name, but I get a written out notes with action items. But I love writing my own notes because it helps concrete it in my brain, and I always go back. So even sometimes I'm checking off the action items from my Zoom notes, and I'll go back and still write notes. It just helps me to process. And I think that's something that I wish more people knew sooner in their journey. I did realize, even from when I was in high school, I have photographic memory. Now during menopause, not so much photographic, but definitely still have a lot of memory, but or retaining. Usually I can go through things once. Now it definitely does take a lot of journaling, reading, remembering, or reminding myself. Not remembering as in, oh, let me try to remember, but reminding myself what I did discuss and the follow-ups that were needed. So move your body daily. As I said, I'm a fitness person. I've always loved movement. Even before I was a trainer, I used to do these Kathy DVDs. I just love working out. Even in high school, I played basketball, ran track one day with my husband. I just was doing it just to chase him. I just so in love, but not in love with running, not in love with track. I will jog, have jogged a 10K, did one with my sister, did one Baltimore Running Festival with my job, but not a runner. Not yet. Maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming. I don't know. So make sure you move your body every day. Walk around the playground if you have little ones. I remember Discovery Channel used to have a challenge, and the challenge was doing like recorded exercises every day. And I remember just being like, wow, if I could just move every day. And that was one of the things I did. One day I didn't want to do one of the videos, or I think I did do the video, but I also did a walk challenge. I just walked around while my kids were playing. And I don't know, I still felt good and I lost a lot of weight and it just kept me going. I did Kathy videos and then after that I started going to the gym. Yeah. And I think that's what led me to do body step, to do body pump. So move your body, you will feel better. Those endorphins start to pump. And once the endorphins start to pump, you don't get mad at your kids as often. You don't get mad at your spouse, your partner. You just be happy. Those feel good hormones start to kick in and you just feel good. So move your body. You don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. He's with you in your kitchen, your car, and in your pain. And I think I knew that, but going through all the things that I've went through, like losing my mom, losing jobs, disappointments, I think that really was a turning ideation for me. And I remember my husband saying that to me a lot and me being kind of mad at him, like, oh, why don't you want me to go to church or be into church? And what he was trying to like convey to me, it's not the doing, it's really the being in worship, being connected with my creator in a way that was real and peaceful and tangible and not, I got to volunteer. I got to do this. I got to do that. No, he doesn't want us to do that. And I think once I've locked in that he's with me in all things and in all places, I start acting different. And even the other day, was having a conversation with my friend, and I remember her telling me, like, the Holy Spirit is listening to us, angels are listening to us. So it's like we really need to act accordingly, which is I'm not going to steal. I'm not going to do like a lot of the things that I would do if I thought I'm just by myself. Or I'm not that you're by yourself, but like you're not going to be accountable. I guess that's a better thing to say. So I think even like if I get a chance to do, I don't know, like you didn't get charged for something, or you have another layer of accountability where it's like I'm not willing to steal or do this if I know that the Lord is watching me. So I think, yeah, that's all I got to say about that lesson. Love your kids hard. They won't be small forever. My adult kids are my best friends, but their childhood just flew right by. And I think I didn't appreciate those moments where I would just always like have them and hug them, and they thought I was the best thing ever and I thought they were the best thing ever. Even if we were having moments, it's like I had a dream the other day of my son being small and just he was always like my busy person, Mr. Michael. And I just really felt like I just missed that part of them being small. So also, I think we need to appreciate every iteration of them being themselves. Like just because they're adults doesn't mean that they don't have times that I just enjoy, because I love hanging out with my kids. I love going to the pool with them. I love when my son comes home. I love going to the store with my daughter. I love walking around the block with her, just little things. But it's like those are the good old days. And I've talked about this on my other podcast. So just enjoy your kids no matter what stage they are, even the teenage stage, because yes, that's a stage where they're always upset and always, on edge, and they make you on edge, but it's still just something to cherish. You're not dumb. You are wise, brave, and resourceful. I doubted myself for so long. And I remember I had a therapist last year. And one of the things that she said that really touched me was I've never met anyone who was dumb. They always had the answers inside them. And that really stuck with me because we are smart. We do have those answers. And a lot of times we just need to listen to ourselves and be brave enough to move forward with what we feel. One of the things that I really realized about myself was I have to take the leap of faith. I don't need to be comfortable. And even though a lot of times I've known like my partner, my best friend in life would be like, what are you doing and why? I just know I have to change. I just know I have to do certain things. And even with him now, I don't have that thing of, well, do we have enough money? Do we have this? Do we have that? You have to take that leap of faith. You have to trust in yourself. You have to believe that what you felt in your heart is true. And even if you don't understand it at that point, you will understand it later on. Hopefully, maybe you won't. Maybe the Lord will just have to tell you that when you get there. When you feel off, go outside, let nature reset you. A lot of my videos recently have been about connecting with nature. And I think that's because us just taking our shoes off and being on the grass is such a healing, grounding It's called grounding, but it does ground you. It makes you reset in a way that is not understandable to our human mind. It just is. So go and try it. Take your shoes off, go in the grass and stand there and let it recharge you. I love when I'm on my walks and there's a point where you're just listening to yourself hit the pavement. You're just listening to the birds singing, especially in the morning. And it is very calming. It's like, even if you see other people walking or cars driving, it's like a reset that nature gives us. Even when we go on a trail, that reset of touching the earth, smelling the smells, feeling the feelings, watching the animals, it's just something that really does reset and heal you. So go into nature when you feel sad and reset. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton lost her election run? One of the things she said she did the day after was go for a walk. Nature has a way of resetting us. Hearing birds chirping resets our heart rate. It lowers our heart rate, y'all. So go outside. So when was the last time you celebrated your body, your growth, or your children? Yes, your children are something to be celebrated. So that's one of our reflections. And did you know that I have a Substack? I have several blogs in there. So if you're a reader more than a listener, go and read my blog. All right. So the beach is healing. Salt water is medicine. I go there often to reset, cry, and breathe. And I'm going to probably have a lot of content in September when I'm at my condo again, when I can really have my salt life experience. I will share that with you guys. But as much as you can, go to the water and just float and reset. Also, when I had my foot surgery and my husband had surgery and he had prostate surgery. I had my foot surgery. And I'm going to tell you, we both were kind of in a bad way in that we were low energy. We still had a lot of pain. And we had spent like 2 weeks at the beach, Myrtle Beach. And it literally just, I mean, pains went away. We were healing. It was a good experience. So whenever you can, go to the beach. Make a list of what you want and what you will no longer accept. Clarity is power. One of the things that I realized was, even though I didn't know where I wanted to go, I know what I didn't want to do anymore. And that in itself was a lot. My friend had told me, Andrea had told me that, like, you think that's bad that you don't know where you want to go. But the fact that you know what you don't want to do and you're not willing to go back there, that is something, and go towards that. So make a list of things you don't want and actually start making a plan not to do it. I didn't want to be in office anymore. I didn't like it. I didn't like the structure of it. I didn't like, the structure of it, and just decided that, you know what? I'm the master of my destiny. I can get enough clients out there that I want to work with, that I want to work with their mission. I can flow in, that it would be easy for me and keep going. So, and even now I have another level of faith that I want to do even bigger projects. I don't want to do little projects. So I think of what you want, make a list, make a list of what you don't want, and start making plans accordingly. Connect with your inner child. Let them know they are loved and safe now. And I think now is a great point to tell you that your inner child is causing a lot of the decisions you're doing now. So one of the things that I learned about in therapy was that my inner child was raging at certain things, and me not connecting with her and knowing what her triggers were, why she was triggering from her childhood, because it was my past that was affecting now, I changed a lot. And one of the things I did with this past 48th birthday was I didn't wait for people to get me stuff. I got my own little cup. I got my balloons that I used to want when I was little. So you'll see on my Substack that I had a big balloon that was a Mai Tai drink, which I love. I got cupcakes that I wanted. I ordered a lot of food, a lot of drinks. I had a 4th of July cookout. Like, I went all out because I wasn't going to wait for anyone to do it. And not that I even like missed it or wanted it before. This year was just the year that my inner child was like, I want to do all these things. I want to have several cookouts. I want to go and party with someone. And I did it. My husband and I went to a family member's cookout, birthday cookout. And it was so fun because I went there just being like, I'm going to go there and just have fun. I want to celebrate their birthday and I'm going to hype them up for their birthday, just like a little kid would. Think about how you were when you were little. So one of the things that one of my clients played a meditation from Oprah, and the meditation was a therapist walking through connecting with your younger child and dealing with childhood trauma. And that really just helped me to like know, like, little Roxy had a lot of upsetness, a lot of hurtness. I had to tell her that it's okay. I'm here for you now. Like, if you're ready, we're going to go forward together. And if not, I'm going to still be here and I'm going to hug you and I'm going to love you. And it's okay. You're not going to get hurt anymore. So anyway, that is kind of making me tear up. But yes, love your inner child. You are your own rescue team. The answers are in you. Stop waiting for a hero. No one's coming to get you. No one's coming to get you. No one's coming to get you. You just got to do it yourself. You just got to do it. It's one step in front of the other. It's not like this whole big heavy lift. You can get out of your problems. You can figure it out. So that has to do with one of the other reflections we had. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And I love that lesson. And I learned it from where? Body Pump. And it taught me that, just like physical life, if the stress is not enough, you're not going to change. You're going to be the same. So guess what? If you look at each life situation like that, you're only going to get better. You're not going to get weaker. You're going to get stronger. So if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So if your life is easy, you're not getting challenged, you're not changing, and that's not good. Cussing is a valid form of expression. That's all. I mean, it just is. There was a study that showed that you cussing and just letting it out was actually good for your blood pressure. I'm going to have to drop it in the chat. No, I'm going to have to drop it in the description because it's a true thing. All right. Get away from people who are draining your energy. Are you in a relationship where you keep complaining to all your friends? Get out of that. Is your mom or dad like killing your spirit and telling you all the things you can't do? Get out of that. Do you have a friend who always has a long list of needs and things they need to do before you can go hang out? Get out of that. You were right. You knew what I was about to say. The point is, it should be equal. It should be symbiotic. We're helping each other. It should not drain your spirit. So get out of it if it's not good for you. The quicker you learn that, the better. Oh, and you are not a charger. You're not meant to charge other people up. You're only meant to recharge yourself. So if it's draining you, think about this from this aspect. If your phone was about to die, you wouldn't expect it to just keep running on a hope and a prayer. You would go and plug it in. All right. You don't need to be taught greatness. You are great. I had people try to school me on how to shrink and how to fit into their model of life, work, whatever. No, thank you. Don't do it. Get out of that as well. Death is a part of life. It's not the end. My mom is gone, but I now feel her everywhere and in everything. So just know, like, it's part of life. Don't get stuck in that grief. We just have to keep going. And that is part of what I was saying before, that we have to really make sure we're giving people their roses, spending time with them, because they're not going to be here all the time, which is fine. That's part of life, which is easy for me to say now. But when I was going through that process, it was hard. So, what challenge or loss has refined you or not defined you? Think about that, journal that down. And we're more than halfway. Children are a blessing no matter when they arrive, full stop. So I had my kids really early. My first kid was at 17. And I think no matter what, I know a lot of people had judged me, made me feel bad about it, but I just knew she was the best thing ever. And even now, I can look back. Dominique was the best thing that ever happened to me, the best teacher. She showed me how to love. She showed me how to be patient. She showed me like her brilliance. So it's like, no matter what, we have to know that, like, no matter when kids come, if they come early, or let's say they come in the middle of a career or at the end of our career, it's like kids are a blessing no matter what. Your parents won't be here forever. Love them or release them with grace. So I had a great, fantastic mom, best thing ever in my life, just a gift and a joy to know. And on the opposite side, my dad was never there for me. I met him one time and he wasn't interested in me. And I had to learn how to release him with grace. So hopefully we can all go through that journey of loving the parents that we have now, even if they mess up. And then letting it go of grace means that I thank God that I'm here and I'm going to keep moving. And whatever they've done to me has nothing to do with me, actually, unless I decide to be an ass. Anyway, so take pictures. Let people take your picture. Don't miss photos of people who are always, I miss photos of people who always duck the camera. They don't disappear from your own story. So I think I understand this a little bit different now. I had so many times where I could have taken pictures, but I thought I was too fat. I didn't look right. I didn't do, and it's like, just take the photo. Be part of the memories, because a lot of times people are going through life saying, I want to take a photo because I want to enjoy and remember this moment. It's not about how we look. It's about how we're feeling at that time. So just make sure that you're taking your photos and that you're showing up in the ways that you want to show up. Explore new music. Healing can have a beat. I just discovered sound baths and a positive vibe playlist. And one of the things that I realized for a long time, growing up in the church, is that a lot of things were frowned upon, and sound baths are healing. There are different kinds of music and frequencies that heal us. So I don't know why the church hasn't embraced that, but I think there's different kind of music. Go to YouTube, search different frequency playlists, and there's also channels, like, for a while there wasn't any music that was just positive music. There's literally positive playlists where the words are about being in a coffee shop, being healed, letting go of things. So check it out. Reconnect with childhood passions. I'm building my dollhouse again. I used to have a huge dollhouse, like, probably up to my waist or my chest when I was little. And I am now looking to buy another dollhouse and outfit it out. Maybe I'll get a model of my dream beach house. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But I think we need to remember, because that's a connection with our younger selves, playing basketball. I used to love playing basketball. I'm actually going to ask my son this weekend if he wants to go up to the school with me and shoot some hoops, just because I think that's what recharges us. And if you loved it when you were little, you're still going to love it now. So we are on 37. Dress like you love yourself daily. Get rid of the someday clothes. One of the things that I don't like about us as a society, we have the someday clothes. When I lose weight, when I go somewhere, wear your go somewhere stuff when you want to wear it. Don't wait for this big event. And if you need a bigger size clothes, buy your bigger size clothes. If you need a smaller size set of clothes because you're losing weight, buy it. You know why? You will feel so much better about yourself and you'll be able to see your progress. And that will be an encouragement to you and other people. And this will help you take your pictures. So dress the way you want. Get rid of the someday. And if people don't understand why you're dressed up, I'm not going to say the F word, but you know what I'm about to say. And keep it moving. All right. Self-neglect is not a badge of honor. Take care of yourself, your soul, and your skin. Take care of yourself. Right now, I have the minimal routine. I put my hyaluronic acid on after I wash my face with my Neutrogena. I use a lotion that I get from TJ Maxx or from Amazon, and it's just like a little advanced clinic stuff. I also have my sunblock. My favorite sunblock right now is Kapari because it's like glittery and it smells good and it's light. It doesn't make me feel greasy. And that's a way I take care of myself without going all out. Yes, it's expensive sunblock. Yes, I do have to go out of my way sometimes to find the things that I like, but it's way worth it. So we are on number 40. You deserve nice things. Eat the cookie, buy the shoes. Stop saying you don't have money for it. Think from an abundance mindset, okay? You deserve good things. You deserve nice things. And if no one told you that before, yes, you do. Because I'm pretty sure you get nice things for everyone else. Get it for yourself. One of the lessons that I shared in my blog was that I had a list of things that I wanted for my birthday, and I wanted to get new workout stuff because my workout stuff was worn out. One of them, I just take it off recently and threw away some shorts that were just too tight. They had gotten, I guess, shrunk because I put them in the dryer. There was some Old Navy ones that I really liked. And I had just got in my head that I was going to buy workout clothes from Nordstrom because I don't know. I just said I wanted to. So I had it in my cart and didn't tell my husband anything about it. And guess what? I had told myself I did not need expensive workout clothes. He bought them for me. What an encouragement. That just told me that the universe is listening. The Lord is listening. Like I needed to invest that in myself and believe in myself enough to do that. So I now have quite a few. I have a starter wardrobe of workout stuff. I mean, soft tights, cute tops. I finally invested in some running bras because I said I wanted to start. When I say running, I'm using it loosely. Like I'm going to quick power walk with a little jog. So, yeah, so I have new workout clothes. And I think that really makes a difference with us wanting to work out, that we have the right equipment. Our boobs aren't going everywhere. The shorts aren't too tight. Our stomach isn't falling out. So it just helped me to buy the right workout stuff. Moisturize. Have a skincare routine. I didn't for years, and now I'm making it a love language. So just taking a couple minutes to do that every night, and also put my sunblock on. Also put my I can't even think of it. My perfume on that I love. Just take your time to do that. Did my nice workout clothes. Mistakes are allowed. Just keep going. Just don't make the same ones. That's the thing. We don't need to be scared of making mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable, but it's a stagnation. It's the thing of us doing the same mistakes over again. So once you learn that, and keep on going. When people show you how they are, believe them. Stop editing the red flags to be a brown flag. Okay. They're red it is what it is. Keep it moving. Stay the hell away from them once they show you who they are. And I think there's like a few examples of this that I can think of that I shared in my blog. But for me right now, I'm just going to say that DMX had talked about this. There's a clip on YouTube of him talking about, I trust people to be who they show me they are. And once I see that, I don't expect them to be anything else. And I think that makes life a lot easier. Be good friends with your neighbors. Proximity is power. A lot of times people don't even want to talk to their neighbors. My husband was just telling me that the other day. He was asking the one of the neighbors up the street, like their son was outside, and he was asking them like, "Oh, do you need help?" And the little boy ignored him and was acting weird. And it's like, yes, I understand that not to talk to strangers, but a lot of times our neighbors right around us, is easier to ask for help than waiting for someone to come. So what we need to understand is being nice and kind and looking out for our neighbors is better than having to call your sibling. Like, we have siblings. One of my sisters is maybe 10 minutes from here. The other one is maybe 30, 40 minutes. It is better to have, like, I can go to my neighbor next door and ask her for anything because I would give her anything. We've shown up in that way. Even across the street, we've shown up that way. So it's way better to have a neighbor that's in your corner that you're helping and looking out for than I have to ask my sister that's 10 minutes away or my other sister that's 30 minutes away. And I've also told my son that he lives in Seattle. It's better that you know your neighbors, your coworkers, and have that relationship with them. Learning does not stop after school, y'all. Curiosity is a lifelong muscle, and I think we have to remember that. We're so stuck in this thing that school was miserable and we're not going to open not one more book. No, don't think of learning like that. Learning is life lessons. Learning is learning new skills as we go. And that's always going to change and evolve, and that's good for us. So learning doesn't just stop after school. If you hate your job, find another one. You're not a tree. You can get up and move. If you don't like the environment you're in, you are the only one who is a master over yourself. If you don't like it, change it. And if you don't want to change it, get the hell out of there. That is all, which is why I'm here with you guys now. I decided I don't want to be in an office where I don't have flexibility to do things like this when I have a meeting that was canceled. Right. Remember why you started. That spark matters. A lot of time it's so easy to be like, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to start walking. I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to start a project, cleaning out my room, painting a room, cleaning out the shed, all these things. But that's easy to say if it's only a couple hours, if it's an hour, if it's a couple minutes. What if this is going to take 2 years for you to lose 100 pounds? What if it takes 3 weekends for you to clean out the shed? So we have to remember why we started. I wanted to do the weight loss because I knew that it's what I needed to be healthy. I wanted to clean out my shed because I knew that I wanted that space for something else. And in order for my stuff that was inside to go outside, I had to make a space for it. I wanted to use my inside space and not getting overwhelmed with that because I know I wanted another space to connect with my family, to meet with my friends when they come over. So just remembering why you started. When like if you're in school, 4 years for a degree is a long time. So you have to remember why you started. 6 years for a degree is a long time. You got to remember why you started. 10 years for med school is a long time. So you got to remember why you started. Even doing a certificate, that's 10 months. So remember why you started. You are deeply loved. Even when you forget, it's still true. So even if somebody is giving you a hard time at work, you're still loved. Even if somebody is giving you a hard time at home, you're still loved. Got to remember that. And remember the times when you felt loved and go back there. You are your ancestors' wildest dream. I recently met a woman who saw the power in my name, Roxana. And she said, you were seen long before now. And it really touched me. I talked about this in my part 1. And I think I just want to go over it a little bit more because I understand now at 48 about ancestry and that our ancestors are always with us. Long before I was even thought of, I was in my great, 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 great grandmother and grandfather. And if I can stay there and know that not only was I with them then, but they're with me now, in that there are times where we have grand ideas. And this lady, Deborah, had just brought it home to me that my ancestry, even now, when I have great ideas, not just me, I'll be like exponentially thinking of things quickly, not understanding why it's coming so quick to me, other than, oh, I'm just so bright. And she's like, no, it's because our ancestors are with us. And even my mom, knowing that my name was so special to her and putting that royalty over me while I'm walking and integrating in the world, and knowing that that will be a presence for me. So you are your ancestors' wildest dream. Walk in it. And just remember that they're with you. You carry that mantle with you. You don't have to earn rest. Rest is sacred and it's yours. It's not something that you have to work. I used to say all the time that rest is for babies. No, that's not true. We all deserve rest. We all need rest, and we all need to press for it and have discipline that we're going to give our body rest, nutrition when we're supposed to. Even the great prophet Elijah, he at one point got discouraged, was scared, upset, crying because of his situation, and all he needed was rest. All he needed was an angel cape. So make sure you're getting your rest. It's not something you need to fight for or deserve. You need your rest. Life is a gift. Even the hard days are part of the miracle of life. Even the hard days. Like, we made it through another day, y'all. You're a miracle. Everything is a lesson. Pay attention to it so you can pass the test. Because what I learned at 48 years is, if I don't learn the lesson, it's going to come back. And I'm not trying to keep going through the same thing over and over again. I want to pass the test the first time, and if I can't pass it the first time, the second time. And everything is a lesson. It's building on the next thing. There's no shortcut, because a shortcut just means you didn't learn all the things for the next level. And what you get at one level is not going to keep you there. You're going to have to keep working, going to the next level, going to the next level. So you're a life learner. It's multiple lessons. In those lessons is multiple levels you got to go through. Choose how you show up. Show up in a big way, a kind way, a peaceful way, a positive way. It's a choice, and it's yours to make. So I think that's good. Choose how you show up. Let it go, whatever it is. Forgive now and move on. It's no point of holding on to it. The other person probably forgot about it. You still walking around looking all evil and mean and being upset, and that person has forgotten about you and that. And if they did remember, they're never going to tell you. So why even stay in it? And no one's going to understand it. Only thing is, take it to the Lord, pray about it, and let it go. That's how you move on. Forgive and let it go. When you need a mentor, you need a mentor, a coach, and a friend. Those are different entities, and they need to be different people, but you need them. You need a mentor. You need someone who's going to develop you spiritually, emotionally, with work, with your relationship with your kids, your spouse. You need those mentors. They're different people. Your work coach is not necessarily going to be your private coach, or your mentor. Those are different people, and everyone has different flow and different strengths. So you have to find that right person. What part of your story are you ready to reclaim, release, or rewrite? Think about that. So what life lessons do you live by? Either in your if you're 28, 38, 58, what has life taught you? Share it with me, because I think a lot of times we're I don't know, kind of in a silo in life of the lessons we learn. We just cry through it, keep it to ourselves because we're embarrassed. But really, we need to tell our kids, definitely, so they don't keep going through that. A lot of women, especially, they don't tell their kids if they had an abortion, if they had a toxic relationship where they were getting beat up, all of those things. Or maybe they know their aunties or grandmothers have, mothers have. We need to talk about those things. Let's not have the cycle repeat again. So yeah, please tell me your lesson. I'm just looking at my notes. That's what's making me look down. Visit my Substack, Unfiltered with Roxy, if you want to read instead of listen to the podcast, or do both, because I am definitely someone who likes both mediums. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these lessons. That's all of them. And I think I added my extras. I know I had the mentor, the coach, forgiveness, those things. So yeah, I love you. I hope you learned a lot. I hope that we can keep growing together. Please let me know if this has touched you in some way, if it's helped you. And I have a challenge going on right now. Like, subscribe, and share to get a one-on-one session with me about self-care or a self-care basket. I think the self-care basket is going to be amazing too, because it's like I'm a giver and I love to give good things. So anyways, bye. Love y'all.